and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Of course, I am Debbie. I am doing my overview for December 15th through the 21st. Now, these are just general readings. Remember this. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to God, Spirit, Holy Ghost, Jesus, and ask for whatever words need to come through. I don't have to understand them, and it's taken me a very, very long time. I am still learning that I don't have to understand them to deliver them. But anyway, we are on the 15th through the 21st. We do have a full moon coming up on the 15th. We have the solstice. This is the week before Yuletime. This is the week before Christmas. There is a lot of things going on. Energetically, we are in the last week of Sagittarius going into Capricorn. So let's go on and see what we have here. So the cards I'm going to use for the astrological readings, for the main readings, is going to be my Radley Valentine deck. This is my Archangel Power Tarot cards, my Guardian Angel Tarot cards. Now these are on the older side. He has a new deck out. But I am using still these cards. Also, too, I will be using my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. And I liked doing this the last time. I hope you did, too. But I'm going to use as a overview, where is my deck on this one? This is the Sword of Light Oracle for Archangel Michael. And that, again, is our Radley Valentine deck. Now, for this reading, the overview here, I will use my Angel Wisdom Tarot and my Fairy Tarot cards, because I do like them both. Anyway, let's go on and see what do we have. I'm going to go to a couple of the websites that I like. Here we go. Flip, flip, flip. And I'm going to go, yeah, you can see that. All right, so now, this is the-astrologer.net. He has a lot of interesting information. Some I understand, some I do not understand, but he does give us some very good overview information here. So next month will be the Star of Destiny's destination, Sun in Capricorn, the 21st of December to the 19th of January in 2025. This is transitioning this calendar's into the new year. And I say that because there's many different calendars that have New Year's to them. Now, make change happen. That is during the Sun in Sagittarius. Now, this will be enjoy a rest after the energetic Sun in Sagittarius, Sun in Capricorn, 7 planets in Earth and Water. So he is predicting that the Sun in Capricorn will be fixed and boring for some. And we may just be welcoming that a little bit. There's been a lot of things going on. So Sun in Sagittarius, fire sign, was the month of changes. Sun in Capricorn, earth sign, you will arrive at being happy. But if you don't make changes, now changes can be physical, can be metaphysical. It can be what you're actually doing, or it can be your viewpoint or how you're even looking at things. So if you're not making any changes, if you're not growing, if you're not trying to, come to a different part of you. And it doesn't mean that that where you're at is horrible, but some people are very stick in the mud, and some people will resist any changes. And he says you will be miserable. Now, the Sagittarius, 9th sign of finding genuine happiness, and Sagittarius they have this extremely wild energy. Bring about positive changes. 10th sign, again, Capricorn, miserable if you've got it wrong, but happy when you got it right. Living destiny. Let's see what we have. Months that will create change. Sun in Sagittarius, fire, and Sun in Aquarius, air. So all the power to change is in the air and fire. So make it happen, whatever it be, before the 21st of December. The future revealed by Venus and Pluto. So there's going to be a lot of revelations going on with this Venus and Pluto. Now that's going to be the 7th of December and the 3rd of January. So look, so we're in a month of discovery right now. And Pluto, he is saying, will deliver a bright future. I like that. So here's some things going on for next year. Or early in the year, we have Venus in Pisces, 3rd of January to the 5th of February. Now this is going to be our next turn, our next phase, okay? These are slower moving planets, Saturn and Neptune. So Saturn's been in Pisces, for about 2 years. Neptune has been, about 9 years? I can't quite remember. In Pisces, but it's going to Aries. Now, Neptune has been comfortable in Pisces, but now there's going to be a big shakeup as they both go into Aries. So Venus enters Aries on the 5th of February. Neptune enters Aries the 30th of March, and Saturn enters Aries the 25th of May. Now, right after that Saturn entering Aries, the next thing we really, really, really have to look out for is when Uranus enters Gemini. And it will be there, what is it? I think June or July. I think basically, I think it's going to be in Gemini season that it actually enters there. I could be wrong on those dates. So last minute Christmas plans, aftershock of the full moon. We have a full moon in Gemini, 24 degrees. It is on the 15th of December. Now the 15th, numbers do have meaning. 15 in the tarot is the Devil card, is the transformation card, is the ego card. So there is a little bit of a shock to the system. Gemini, air energy, thought processes, thinking things through, making some plans. Now, full moon unlocks maximum energy of every planet. Now, what do we have with this full moon? In Gemini, it is opposing the sun in Sagittarius. So there is a little bit, opposing means opposition. It is, so Sagittarius wants things to be happy, wants things to be exciting, new adventures. Full moon, Gemini, thought processes, thinking things through. They're kind of coming through. They're doing when I tell you that they're having that little piece of sand in the oyster and transitioning it into a pearl. So it could be uncomfortable. This could be an uncomfortable time. It is also opposing Mercury, which is retrograde in Sagittarius. Information coming out. Now it's conjuncting with Jupiter, which is retrograde in Gemini. So that in itself will be kind of that softening. That will have a better energy to help us through some of the rougher times, okay? It is trining with Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto, again, the planet of transformation. A lot of Scorpio energy here, a lot of Phoenix energy here, air energy again. So there's a lot of air energy lighting up this fire energy, trining with Venus. So these three, where it's conjuncting with Jupiter, trining with Pluto, and trining with Venus, that does have a softening effect of whatever the shock and awe energies that are going to be going on. Sextiling with Mars. Sextiling with Mars is a looser connection. Also, that is retrograde in Leo. So that, so while we could have, he was saying aftershocks of full moon, there is some, I don't know what you want to say, some balm energy, some calming energy, some everything turns out better in the end energy. Now, this is going to be the interesting one here because it's squaring off now. Full moon Gemini squaring off with Saturn in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces. And both of these are now going forward and they are going towards Aries. So whatever they have to do, whenever they're in their end phase, a slower moving planet in their end phase, it's really going to be, amplified, okay? So, air and water, kind of gives me that, that tornado feeling, that, hurricane feeling, air and water, kind of pushing each other up, up, up. Saturn is about rules and regulations. Neptune about your dreams and your future. What is it that you want out of life? So I just get this like a kind of like a funnel. I don't want. Well, what is it when a tornado is when it touches ground, and when it's not touching ground, it's a funnel of some sort. There's some sort of energy swirling around with this full moon with Saturn and Neptune both in Pisces. So take that for what you will. But it is a good thing that we do have it trining with Venus. We do have it partnering with Jupiter. This opposition, this could be pushing each other. I feel like there's a push-pull energy with that. Squaring off, it's like, I don't know, kind of like the Old West. I get an Old West vibe with this. And if you watched any Old West movies, you know what I'm talking about with this. 16th, Mercury goes direct, 6 degrees. 6 degrees is about, is the Lover's card. It's the number of man, about choices, thinking, and it's the 16th, which is the Tower card. So there could be some very interesting information coming around this 15th, 16th time. 18th is the moon energy. We have the sun, Sagittarius, squaring off with Neptune now. Not quite sure where we're going to go with that one, because Neptune is about your dreams and, really deep hidden dreams. And Sagittarius has that very fiery energy pushing it. It's like it's always pushing it. It can't just leave it alone. So then we have our sun. It crosses the galactic center of Sagittarius. We have Venus, 14 degrees Aquarius, trining with Jupiter. That in itself is nice. But then we have the sun in Capricorn coming, and we also have the solstice. So let's see, 10th star sign of the zodiac, full moon will create last minute Christmas changes of plans. Enjoy your Christmas holidays. Enjoy where you belong. Enjoy being with people you love. So this time, and remember, he said this might even feel a little boring. And you know what? Boring may be just what we need. So now let's go on to my next. Here we go. This is horoscope.astro-seek.com. This is for the month of December, and this is Eastern Standard Time. And we have that full moon coming in 4:01 a.m. We have Mercury going direct at 15:56. Sun entering Capricorn at 4:21 a.m. So I'm wondering then, I'm thinking, okay, what time is our winter solstice? This is a brave search, winter solstice. It will be on the 21st. Time will be 22:21 a.m. Arizona time. Now, I don't know if Arizona's on Mountain Time or if it's on Pacific, but the significance is it marks the shortest day and longest night of the year in the Northern Hemisphere, and vice versa in the Southern Hemisphere. Hope symbolism tells us about hope, renewal in many cultures, as the days will gradually begin to lengthen after this day. And then, of course, many winter solstice traditions are going on, okay? Winter solstice marks the beginning of winter. So it's just a lot of different things going on. It is a powerful energy. So then I'm asking, well, what happens? Because I've heard of the galactic center before. But what happens when we cross? So it's located in the constellation Sagittarius, and it's the sun's position in relation to the galactic center varies throughout the year due to its elliptical orbit around the galaxy. But what is the influence? It is associated with themes of spiritual awakening, higher consciousness, and connection to the cosmos. When the sun transits this region, it can amplify these energies, influencing individual and collective consciousness. Now, it does talk about Saturn's transit, and that did that. Actually, that was in 2017, and it takes about every 30 years or so. But there's a lot to know about it. So key takeaways, varies throughout the year, associated with spiritual awakenings, higher consciousness, and connection to the cosmos. So again, another time, this is another time where those veils are thinning, okay? They are thinning down, and it is when and where another time where we can, whatever can cross over. It doesn't necessarily mean, it's very similar to, when we have our equinox. It's very similar to when we have our All Hallows Eve. It's very similar to, all of these spiritual times. So we have, okay. Let me take a breath now. So it is, and now, and then again too, we come into Christmas season, or we're in Christmas season, we come to Christmas Day, and lots of things. I'm not even sure, I'm sure that Hanukkah's going on, Kwanzaa, lot of spiritual times, okay? A lot of spiritual times from that 15th especially to the 25th. So let's see, what else do we have? Higher power, Holy Spirit. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? I know I gave you a lot of information, but it's interesting. It's always interesting what we have. That 15th, remember, release, relinquish, and request. It is a time where, like 3 days before, 3 days after, but just a lot of changes. And what did he say? There's going to be a lot of aftershocks with this full moon too. So let's see. Okay. Card has fallen. Where did it fall to? One is on the ground. Okay. We'll pull that up. My chair just went down. Let's go on here. Okay. One more card. One more. Okay. Let's cut. Okay. So I gave you a lot of information. If you want to look it up, you can at least go where I was looking these things up at. Okay, this is the one that fell, and usually that has bigger importance. So let's see. And it is also reversed. So there is a very strong energy with this week. So this is release. Archangel Azrael. It is 13. This is also connected with another tarot decks. It is connected with transformation. It is connected with the death card. It is something has to end in order for something to begin. And remember, I'm always telling you to release, relinquish, and request. 13, 1, 10, 3, 1, new beginning, 10, transition, 3, celebration, creation, power of 3. 1 plus 3 is a 4. Authority, organization, leadership. Azrael is the angel of transition, is the angel of, some would say, death, the angel that takes you from one phase to another. So this is a week of change. This is a week of letting go and welcoming something new. So this is endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that hold you back. Spiritual transformation. Now that kind of goes along with a lot that we were saying. So let's see, what do we have here? Now we have 3, and I talked about 3. This is the 3 of air. Air is our Gemini, our Libra, and it is our Aquarius energy. Making plans, thinking things through. Also hearing some news. Now, this is why I love these cards. We connect with the major arcana. Again, this connects with Azrael. This connects with release, 13. This is about letting go and welcoming in a new future. This could be one of those times that we go into some, this is about, and again with the solstice, this is when it's the darkest. So it's the darkest before the light, but the light does come. Sometimes it's like, well, especially where I live, it's like, well, where is the sun? Well, the sun is still shining, okay? We may not see it, but the sun is shining, and there will be days where the sun shines bright. So again, we have endings, and this is the 3 of Swords, and this is about, yes, the pain of yesterday does leave its scars, but the pain does lessen. It does get smaller. It does, but we have to let go of that. And remember us saying, what was I saying about, on his website, changing. You have to change. And even if it isn't a physical change, it's changing your viewpoint, changing the way you're thinking, changing how you see the world, changing how you see yourself. Great sadness that will heal with time. Let go of the past. Personal growth that comes from challenges, healing misunderstandings, being there for those in need. And it's interesting as we come to the end of this year that these things are coming, letting go and welcoming a new world. So again, Archangel Azrael. Next card is reversed. Oh, this is a lovely card. This is the Page of Water. So in order for us to embrace a happier time, we have to let go, okay? But we have a page now. Page is the underlying energy. The page is Earth. Earth is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Remember, Uranus is still in Taurus, so we still have that expect the unexpected, though it's not necessarily making a big play, but it is coming to the end of its cycle. What did I say? Like June, it will be transitioning into Gemini. So there is more of that coming up. So money, job, career. But then we have water, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Remember, the moon was squaring off with Neptune and Saturn in Pisces. So there is this fluid, emotional, spiritual energy that is just flowing through. And in many ways, you can see, here we have, this young mermaid. She is contemplating. She doesn't necessarily look sad. She does not look happy. She's just kind of there, present. We have a cup overflowing. We have a dolphin or porpoise, jumping, that's looking pretty happy. Now she should look back, and maybe she would look and see that there is something happier coming for her. This has a romantic energy. This is a young energy. This could be about hearing news. That's what the page is all about. The page is also a messenger. But she should realize that there is more to her life that is coming. Sensitive, open-hearted, inexperienced. And that could be too. Sometimes when we're going into a new phase, a new stage, a new level, we don't know what we're really stepping into. Moody. Messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations or events, heightened psychic abilities. So there is a lot going on for her, and there is a lot of downloads coming for her too. So there's a lot of letting go and releasing this week, but there's also, I'm getting a lot of, a lot of downloads, psychic downloads, spiritual downloads. It can be, where I'm telling you that her face doesn't necessarily look all that happy. It can be a little overwhelming, and you may have to take some time to rest a little bit, and then take some time to be quiet as it comes in, because it is heightened psychic abilities. And that's not always easy. I know a lot of people get all like, oh, yes, 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 yes. But when you are in the midst of a psychic download, or an upload, I should say, it can be very, sometimes you just need to take care of yourself during the time. So this is more universal energy. This is more, what's going on in the world. There's major changes with endings. There's healing, but also too, remember what it said when we go into Capricorn. Capricorn is about, you have to make those choices. You have to make those changes on whether you accept the healing or you accept the changes. So let's see. It's an interesting week, isn't it? Okay, let's see what we have going on here. Higher power. Okay, you want to come out. Reversed. Prince of Winter. Now, the Prince of Winter is the Knight of Air, okay? Knight's underlying energy is fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We still have, we have Sagittarius and Leo energy going on. Aries, the North Node, is in that Aries still. But we have winter, which is our air energy, which we've talked about. This is an interesting one because these are the knights. And when the knights are involved, they are focused. They go where, once they figure out their way, which way they're going to go, they are focused on accomplishing and completing their mission. But the one of air is a little bit more haphazard to me. The one of air is like, let's just get this done. Let's get this over with. We'll deal with the ramifications later. Okay, that's what I'm picking up with this one. Now remember, we do have the full moon in Gemini, which is air. We have some things going on with Aquarius, with Pluto in Aquarius, which is air. Libra is still in the south node cleaning up. But it's kind of like with the Prince of Winter. I get this, smart guy, smart male energy here. But I do get this, let's get this done and we'll deal with the ramifications later. So, intellectual, determined, focused, but impulsive. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem, but the need to act quickly and decisively. Sudden or unexpected changes. So like I said, I get this, let's get this done. We'll deal with the ramifications later. We just have to move on. We can't, we just have to move on. We just have to move on. We can't stick, right or wrong. Let's move on. Okay. So it's going to be an interesting week. That release card, do not be afraid of it, because when something ends, something new begins, and it becomes that new journey. And then that knight or the Prince of Winter, let's just get this done. We'll deal with the ramifications later. Okay, a lot of information there. Now I won't have to go through it next week, but a lot of information. I hope some of it made sense to you. Okay, do me a favor, please. Go down to the like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. You help anybody that's been on YouTube, Rumble, because I'm on both, or any other platform. You help us by doing that. So please, I ask, this is a little thing that you can do. So thank you. As always, though, always remember and always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.